Hey, everybody. Part 2 with Clayton hopefully coming on. Excited. Just gonna rub some piss on my face. Okay. Do some detoxification whilst I wait. Rub a little bit of pee on my beautiful face. Actually gonna drop some Cleanslate, which I drop normally anyway, so I don't know why I just do it here in front of you guys. It's powerful shit, man. Tastes like salt water, but I don't really care because, ooh, that feels good. Hi, Philip. Hey, bro. Doing an interview, part 2 with Clayton Thomas, the founder of Root. Root, man. Root your life. Get to the root of your problems. Root. Get to the root of your problems. I like what he did there. I really do like it. That's smart, that. The root of your problems. Clean slate. Clean slate. Nanozeolite. Clean slate. Gives you a clean slate. Zero in. Smart. That's really smart. Zero in. Zero in on your problems. Get high with zero in. It's crazy. Let's see if he jumps on. Stay with us for a bit. I'm sure he'll jump on. He did say he was ready. He was halfway through a great story. Oh my god, the story was amazing. He was just telling us about zero in, the tablets, and how his son was selling them at was it a nightclub or something? He gave them to a girl who was drunk. One of his friends was drunk. Hey, John. One of his friends was drunk, and he gave her the zero-in tablet, and within 15 minutes, her drunkenness just completely disappeared. And then she went telling other people, and then his son sold 40 tablets for $4 each in a night, just through word of mouth. That's how powerful this supplement zero-in is for the brain. Wow, I can't wait to try it. I've got Cleanslate on me. I'm taking it. I know that's powerful, but I've also ordered the zero-in, but I can't wait to try the zero-in, because it's one thing to know about these things, but it's another thing to experience the power of what you know, right? It's not about knowledge, it's about experience, both. Right, here we go. Hey, David, check this out, man. This is a good interview, part 2, with Clayton Thomas, the founder of Root. Yo, Clayton, we're back.
After a brief intermission, who knew that we could waste an hour that quickly?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Exactly. It's got the time is. I didn't even keep an eye. Normally, I was thinking at some point it's going to go, but it just timed to absolutely fly. So can we start where we left off? You was telling us an amazing story about how your son was at a nightclub or something. He gave zero-in the tablets, your product, the zero-in one, to his friend, and it removed drunkenness within 15 minutes. Is that correct? And he sold it on.
Yeah, so wasn't my son. So
Oh,
if he
okay.
gets
Sorry.
yeah, no, but
Sorry.
that was good. 'Cause if he does stupid stuff, I tell him to call me daddy, but that's a different conversation. But he was one of my guinea pigs and went downtown on Broadway, Nashville, which is to go out and have fun if you're in your 20s. And he had a friend, she'd been drinking since she was like 5 o'clock. So she was like blind drunk, and gave her a capsule just to see what would happen. And after about 15 minutes, her eyes were wide open. She was chatting with everybody. And he was like, that's different.
Oh.
I mean, and then a bunch of her friends came up and said, look, whatever you gave her, I want it. And you know, so then he was like, well, they're $4 a capsule, and they were Venmo. And he went through everyone that tried one, loved it. They came back and wanted more so they could take it home with them. And he ended up going through 40 capsules in the night. He called me the next morning, and he's like, hey, I need more. I'm like, what are you talking about? You need more? I gave you 40 for like a month to try to give me feedback. He's like, no, I sold them all. I'm like, well, bring me half of the money then. So I made $80.
He could have sold it, but he could have sold. That's not bad. He could have doubled the price and probably got away with it. I'm thinking like that power.
Well,
but that's nice.
And that's the interesting. It's the interesting part, right? And I've had to learn this from my kids and from my 2 older ones and some of their friends, because there's a market for feeling good or functioning better, right? And I was prescribed, or I was diagnosed as ADD as a kid, but I've never taken Ritalin. I've never taken Adderall. I just find that if I stay busy, everything's good. But my experience has been people are always looking for a solution, right? And a lot of times they will find the path of least resistance to a solution, which often leads to chemicals and drugs and things that are easily accessible. And so I've asked some of our two older kids that are in college, and like, how many of your friends in college use Adderall? And they've told me, and this is not just for my kids. I've asked a bunch of college students the same question, and they say about 60 to 65%.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, how many of them are prescribed? Not many. So they're buying it. They're buying it off the street from someone who has a prescription. So then I was asking the question, I'm like, great, how much are people paying for Adderall? And they're like, well, depending upon the dosage, like 5 milligrams is the standard little dosage apparently. So they're anywhere from $5 to $20. So it's about $1. And what was interesting is when we were formulating Zero In, we had some people testing it. We had some doctors use it, and that were surgeons, and we're using it in surgery. And they came back and they're like, this is, one capsule is the equivalent of about 5 milligrams of Adderall. It's that good. And
whoa!
like,
So just to repeat to people, that amazing feedback. Just to reiterate, because got to keep over the basics here. And as you're saying, your feedback when you tested this on doctors, the Zero In product, on surgeons, sorry, is that they were saying it's the equivalent sharpness and feeling of 5 Adderalls. That's quite powerful what you just said there. I believe that.
5 milligrams. Yeah, 5 milligrams. So one little pill, and no jitters, no crash. So all of the negatives that people get from using all the stimulants. I mean, because we know Adderall is just methamphetamines. It's just a drug version of it, so they can prescribe it. But you have none of the negatives, right? Because your body controls the process. All we're doing is feeding the body some very specific ingredients that the body then can use to be really effective at doing what we naturally do if we're not inhibited. Dopamine and serotonin, and feel really good as we can. We just kick that up a notch, right? So it's
nice.
It's the beautiful aspect of being able to control your biology and our biochemistry, but do it in a manner that you're not overriding any systems. There's no risk of addiction. There's no risk of tolerance, right? Because it's just like eating food. If you eat good food every day, you get those nutrients and everything's there. So you don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to have to use 6 capsules after 2 months because I've been using 2 or 3 and I become so tolerant to it that it's what Christina's gone over with finding the steady state and peak plasma levels, which are what they use in pharmacology, of just getting that level and that consistent level. And if you're on my Facebook page, if you watch the interview I did with Scott Burgess, he has the Healthcare 360 podcast, and he was trying some stuff out. He's like, dude, this is like the Limitless pill.
I was thinking that. I don't even think I heard that. Yeah, I was thinking that exact thing. I wanted to say that to you earlier. It's like the limit. I can imagine what everyone's telling me, what your explanation is. I mean, I have no doubt, and I really can't wait to try it, man. Like, this is like the legal limitless pill. Like, it's legal though.
Yeah, and it's funny because you hear people talk. They're like, I want the limitless pill, and you go, you remember it killed them, right? You know.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but I don't want that. I want all of the good and none of the bad. Like, oh, well, here you go. That
you done
is
it.
Zero In.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
If that's what you want, then yeah, we got that. if you want all the negative stuff, sorry, that's not in our repertoire.
Yeah, I love the fact it's a chemical conduction. So first of all, you've got the detoxification with this. So this completely detoxifies the system so powerfully with a clean slate. But I love the other aspect. The zeroing is like a completely different thing. It's more chemically, more like you said, really working with the optimization of the neurochemicals. That's what makes us happy. It's not just elimination of toxins with the clean slate. It's the addition of these lack of happiness hormones and neurotransmitters that we're not creating, which we should optimally be doing, I guess, without it in an ideal world, but we're so toxic and there's a lot of things going on with that, and it just amplifies that state. It just creates that chemical awesomeness, you know, that psychedelic kind of realm of like potential that zeroing taps into.
Yeah, it's allowing, and it's the combination of the two, right? Which is what's so crucial, because you have to remove the blockages. You do a really good job about talking about sun gazing, right? So if you go out and you do sun gazing with really dark sunglasses on, are you going to get the same benefit of not having something blocking your vision?
Right. Yeah. No.
You know, our cognitive function, and actually our physical, mental, and spiritual function all ties to environmental toxins. And if you can remove those, you remove the blockages. So you basically let the light shine in, right? Because that's really what's happening. If we look at your pineal gland function, and you look, or you can go this way, if you look at your third eye, and however you want to get to it, and you start to let the light in, and then you start to enhance our body's natural function. You go, ooh, maybe I don't want to just feel normal, or I don't want to feel good. Maybe I want to feel freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And because here's one of the cool parts, right? If you look at the difference, and I've never done this, but you have experience. Have you ever taken shrooms and then tried to be functional?
Yeah, it's impossible. I need my own space, and I can't be around normal people. Anyone, actually, especially normal people. It's so. IG. Okay.
There we go.
Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think we're back now. So yeah, I think you was asking. Yeah. It's hard to function when you're doing psychedelics and being around normal people, especially anyone really, if I'm being honest. Because it's about introspection. You can't do it. Your ego kind of disappears. Your ability to function as a normal ego, your ego dissolves almost. So it's hard.
Yeah, this is something that you can use all the time, and feel and function amazing. But then I think if you wanted to go that extra step and get really, really deep, then you could say, okay, I'm going to, do a little extra. But what I honestly would do is use Cleanslate for a bit, really clean things up in your brain, use your zero in. And what I would do first is, and we had a couple people do this already, use like 3-4 capsules and then meditate, and really just focus on going inside, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But then if you added some psilocybin or such to do even a deeper dive, I think it could get absolutely wicked.
Huh. Hey, Clayton, this is amazing info. And by the way, I wonder, because I do urine therapy too, I mean, I know this one makes the pee really smelly and it's probably not advisable at that point, but I wonder what the zeroing, what would your thesis or theory be behind if you took zero in and you drank your pee afterwards? Do you think the happy chemicals and all the good stuff?
That'd be interesting.
I'll give it a go, obviously. I'll try it out. I would love to see what that does to me and report back.
Yeah. Well, with the metabolism of a capsule, with how it's used, it's a completely different pathway because most of it's going to be used up, in
Okay. Yeah,
so
most of it's going to be used up.
I don't think you see a lot of it come out through urine, but
Mm.
I mean, I will tell you this, I'm never going to be able to tell you.
And I asked the question selfishly for only me because I know that I'm going to be the one that's doing that. So, but that's cool. But
Yeah,
I know that yeah.
I'll take your feedback on that.
But I like your answer though. The fact that it gets metabolized fully by the brain, that's even more powerful. It speaks to the power of this stuff. It's not wasted by the body. The body recognizes it and uses all of it straight away without needing excess to come out in the urine. So that's a really good answer and the truth. So
Yeah, and and you can see that. I think the big thing is you can see that really quickly. If you take a capsule on an empty stomach, which is how it's
yeah,
ideal,
right, yeah,
it'll hit in about 10 to 15 minutes. But
wow, yeah,
what we've had some people testing is
mm,
we've had some in the community that will open the capsule and then just put it under their tongue
yeah,
and try it
mm,
sublingually. So you can
mm,
let everything absorb really quick. And
yeah,
there's been some really intriguing feedback that people are like, this is almost euphoric. And like in 20 to
right.
30 seconds, it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Right, Clayton, I'm going to try that one because I'm a huge believer in under the tongue. What happens is it bypasses the digestion, which slows things down a little bit. And depending on the medicine, it actually ruins some of the medicine. Although I'm sure your stuff's not designed like that. I'm just saying that I can understand it. Oh, let me try that one when I get it too. Like I'll try it normally as a tester, obviously, and then I'll try it under the
Yeah.
tongue and see. Not just for the quickness. I'm wondering if it amplifies generally, not even just makes it quicker. I wonder if it does more. I'm just theorizing here. It might do, might not, but yeah.
Yeah, it speeds up the delivery process because if you let it sit under your tongue for a minute and then you just wash it back, it doesn't taste very good because
Mm,
the curcuminoids are really strong, but it's palatable if you know what you're doing. And
yeah.
I haven't done it yet, so I might have to
Mm.
try it because I don't think it's fair if what other people are doing. So it's been pretty cool based on the feedback.
Yeah, and you know me, that I'll try anything that's in the name of health. So I drink tea, so yeah, it's easy for me to roll that experiment out.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
man.
in the name of health. You punish yourself
Yeah, so it's okay.
for.
Ah, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Clayton, I want to ask you how people get involved in the product. I mean, the affiliates and all that stuff. How do people get involved? How is there ways to people to try it out and all this? Like, is there do you do money back guarantee as well? I'm interested in that too. I don't know if you do. If people like it, don't like it, don't get any value from it.
Yeah, we do. We have a money back guarantee. I think we've had probably of 19,000 customers so far, and a year in use. I think I've had, we've done like 10 or 12 refunds, and a lot of that was just due to a lack of understanding of the effects or someone was misinformed. But yeah, we have a money back guarantee and don't use it much because this just in stuff works. But you can here, like we talked about before. I mean, you can share your link with every when you customer, and when you become a free user or a customer, you get a code. You create
Yep.
your username. So then you just have the rootbrands.com / whatever your username, and you can share that. So, Harry can share his code with everybody here. And
Yep.
if you like this stuff, you're probably going to reorder it. But I mean, honestly, if it does half of what we're talking about, everybody's got a couple friends that are crazy enough to try to feel good themselves.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what? I want to try that. You're like, great. I'll send you a link, because here's the cool part with Root.
Yep.
It's this really cool party, but you have to be invited to get inside the velvet rope. And that's what makes it fun and unique, right? Is it's free to join, it's free to get in. There's no cover charge.
Yep.
But you have to be invited.
That's true. You need a link from somebody. You can't just invite yourself to for a free account. For a free account, I needed Sandy, and yeah, you need somebody. And people watching this, I'll give you the link. So yeah, you do. I like that setup too. That's clever. So you can do it free, but you need to be invited to the party. And this is a party. This is a health party where one of them detoxifies and takes away the heavy metals so that you optimize your brain and entire body, not just your brain, in my opinion. Then the other one, that allows the conditions for the zero in to work its magic and you to get that. What I can only imagine is awesome, happy state from the pill zero in.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's been intriguing. And it's really the first time in all of the work I've done with different nutritional supplements that, like we had earlier, my kids will come ask for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's something that I've never seen before. That you have teenagers, you know, come and go, I want more of those, and you actually feel positive about giving them. Makes them feel good because I know what access they have currently, right? The amount of drugs and other substances that they have access to that are horrible for them, can kill them in some instances. And to know that their brains are so toxic because of the environment that they come from, where they are now, that it's more important for them than it is for us, you know, being older. And you can give them something that is an alternative, because kids play video games because of the dopamine hit, because video games are programmed to just keep pinging those dopamine receptors in the brain. That's why you just keep playing. And to be able to have them be calm and focused and happy and fun, especially if you got a teenage daughter. Oh man, I have them pop like 40 of these a day. Dude,
make it mandatory.
Seriously.
Make it mandatory. Make it mandatory for every girls and guys, especially teenage daughters going through puberty. Girls, everyone going through puberty. Please take some zero in and calm yourself down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're a single guy and you're going on a date, you know, I'd make it a precursor. If you pick somebody up, or you meet them at a restaurant or a bar, you go, okay, here's the parameters for our evening. You're taking 1 or 2 of these right now, because I don't want to deal with all the stress you've had the rest of the day, but we're going to enjoy ourselves and we're going to kick things up a notch. We're going to be cool and we're going to be happy and we're going to have some fun. And I mean, that's dopamine. That's dopamine and serotonin for you.
Yeah, look at that.
Can't go wrong. I mean, just think of that. Think of that this way. It's a healthy form of roofies.
Healthy form of roofies. Lost you there, man. That was good though. The roofies. It's a legal, healthy form of roofie.
Yeah, but you don't even have to slip it in someone's drink. Be like, man, here, try a couple of these. You'll love them. I love these things. And people go, well, yeah, all right, not a bad deal.
You see, this is the thing, Clayton. Me and you will know this, and a lot of people in the community too. There's so many. Look, I'm going to say this product is amazing, but I know there's so many amazing products that are blowing up right now. It's our job, I feel like, your job, my job, as people that have experienced the power of this, to get the word out, because in the social media, there's so many things popping up. People have got low attention span, by the way, which is linked in, I think, with a zero. And I wonder what a zero does for people's attention span for a start. And even me, I suffer it because of all the clicking from the Facebook. It's training us. The Matrix is training us with low attention span. You only have to look at the retention rates on YouTube and the stats and Instagrams and all this stuff. But So your product will help, but the point of me saying this is it's our job to get people to raise awareness, to keep talking about products like this that actually work, to get people a little bit focused and use the products so they can focus, because the world is so crazy. There's so much popping off. There's so many amazing technologies, but you want to be on the ones that are the most powerful, I feel, the ones that are valued for money, the ones that are the most powerful, the ones that work, that do the things. And, you know, I thought it was amazing. When Sandy told me about it, I was just focusing on the Cleanslate. I thought, this is an amazing product. And then only recently I started understanding through Matt, you and Sandy, the zeroing stuff, that you covered a lot of things there. You not just covered detoxification, you're covering happiness with the zeroing, like the limitless pill, and in a package. And by the way, when you buy them as a package, it's a little cheaper, isn't it? So you can buy the two, and that's advisable, because man, it's not even about health. Health is happiness. It's a both. They come in packages. So what you're doing isn't just health, man. It's happiness. I know they're both linked, but it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and that's the fun part of being able to work, you know, synergistically, right? Of not just having, you know, products that you have to take like 20 or 30 different things. That if you do it right, if you shouldn't have to take a lot of supplements, but if you're strategic in what you do, and then you eat well, you know, depending upon your blood type and depending upon how your body functions, you can do really well, and it doesn't have to be too expensive, like you hit on. And I think the problem a lot of people have today is they've fallen into the trap that the nutritional supplement world has spun.
Yeah.
That people think that pharma is bad, but then they go to the wellness world to treat the same symptoms, just do it with a nutritional supplement versus a drug. But instead, it's a lot better if you just remove what's causing the problem, let your body begin to rebalance, and then play with a couple things. And then you don't have to spend all of this money on treating inflammation and all this other shit. You just go, okay, I'm going to remove what's causing it. I'm going to make sure that, you know, I'm not worried about viruses. I'm not worried about cancer. I'm not worried about inflammation. I'm not worried about diabetes or all this stuff, because they all have the same issue. I mean, it's just a toxicity problem. And
you're right.
If you address that, and then you go, well, you know what? I think I want to function a little better cognitively, and I want to feel better throughout the day. And, you know, I just want to kick stress's ass.
Yeah.
We got something for that too. And it just makes things fun, right? You go. So
you're right. It's so true. And also what I was thinking as you was talking there is it's about the fishbowl. You seen the analogy of the fishbowl? There's the fishbowl, and people are worried about, with the Pasteur argument, the virus, for example, the COVID. Now, I'm not saying it's not real. I'm saying that they're worried about the COVID virus, and actually what they need to be worried about to clear that and not fear it ever, really, is to clean out the inside of their body and detoxify before they start adding on supplements, like the mainstream supplements out there that might be quite good. Maybe you should think about detoxification. That's what I love about our community. We're all on it, whether it's free detoxification, which I'm big on, but I'm also big on buying stuff too. I'm a bit in both worlds. I think there's a place for free stuff. There always will be. Fasting, intermittent fasting, brilliant. Sun gazing, brilliant. Grounding, brilliant. I also think there's a place for this stuff too, man. Doing both. I never limit myself, right? I'm limitless. We all should be. We should all be using both and cleaning out our fish tank, our body. And this is great ways to do it. Clean out the fish tank, man. Focus on fish tank.
And what's funny is, do you know what's used to clean a lot of fish tanks?
No.
This crystal.
Oh, Cleanslate. The one used 97% in the Cleanslate. Is it really? Didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's the funny part, is all the stuff you're talking about is a lot of being in nature. Well, where does Cleanslate come from? Nature's greatest crystal. So you go,
right.
There's synergy. So and that's the cool part, because here's the key. This will be the last thing I can leave you with, and then I gotta bounce to go get with Mama. You know, but like you're talking about, people are concerned about the environment today. You know, there's viruses and there's politicians, and wait a minute, those two things are synonymous. Who knew? But a healthy individual, right? A healthy body is anti-cancer. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, because we have an immune system, right? If you're healthy, you actually want to be exposed to stuff because then your body gets work, right? You might get sick.
Yeah.
You might catch something, and you might get sick for a couple days, and that's okay. It's not going to kill you because your body needs that work. If you're sick or if you're compromised and you have comorbidities, as they say, if you're fat, if your blood sugar is out of whack because you're insulin resistant and you have some of these other issues, which all correlate to being toxic, then if you get the flu or you're exposed to something else, if you're exposed to other molds or, what have you, then you run the risk of having major complications. But a healthy individual has no concern. And that's really the key, is and what's the key to that? One is detoxification, but what do we know stress does? And why have we been playing this game for a year? It's because of the stress. They want to wear us out.
Yeah.
And, well, how do we overcome that? Dopamine and serotonin.
I like that. Yeah. Happiness chemicals. Clayton, man, thank you so much for honoring us today with your presence. Thank you. I want to honor you for the products that you come out with in 1 year, man. The growth, 19,000. May that continue. I will try my best, and Sandy and many other people watching this will try our best to do the best and affiliate with you. And really, we honor what you've done, making a product available to all the masses, what you've done with your wife, everything you created, the price too, man, the structure for affiliates to us to make money from this too, whilst helping people on such a powerful product. I really appreciate you. I hope that I'm going to grow with it, and I hope it carries on growing. So thank you so much, man, for your time. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate it. This is fun. We'll have to do more. I actually just got a message as we're talking that we just opened a new warehouse in Ireland for shipping to the UK. So
no way. Oh,
so we will have expedited shipping and fulfillment for everybody in the UK here real quick.
Woohoo! I'm going to help. I'm going to be part of your UK army. So there we go. That's amazing news, Clayton. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for this product. Finally, I want to shout out quickly to Sandy too, who's a powerful player that got me involved in it, and kept telling me about it for a long time before I actually did. He was buying me lunch and all that stuff, and it was worth it, Sandy. So thank you everyone for watching, and have a lovely day.
Being able to share those gifts. So we'll do more. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. Do.
Same to you. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Clayton. Right. Thanks Sandy. And thank you everyone. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thanks, Bye. Bye.